Okay, the sixth rule, use humor to relieve pressure. Now, this is an absolute art used by the greats and a skill that has to be worked on. It's not something that can just be given to you. I mean, you have to create on this yourself. To get humor into your clothes, you can use things like stories. And stories, in many ways, are there to build a story or tell a story, relieve pressure, and make the case that you're trying to make. Life, many times, reveals itself through stories, not just facts. And I've never met anyone that doesn't love a good story. Look, if the story contains humor, it'll cause people, your customer in this case, in the clothes, to relax. I'll give you an example. A buyer tells me he needs to think about it. When I respond with, oh, sir, you know what? I just realized you're sitting in the wrong chair. And he's like, what are you talking about? Well, sir, you're sitting in the thinker's chair. No wonder you got to think about it. I get up and I actually move him over to the buyer's chair. I apologize to him and then insist on moving him into that decision-making chair. I literally insist on that, saying, I apologize again for doing that to you. Now let's work this out. See, I'm using humor, okay? You can use that, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't fit you, okay? But again, look, when you're looking at closing more deals, you're not looking to use your swing or your game. We're looking to increase your game so that you become more than just your personality or just what you're comfortable with. Let's say I'm in a closing situation and the buyer says, hey, look, the price is too high. And I say, everyone that sits in that chair says the price is too high. I got to get rid of that chair, right? I'm using humor to bring some levity, some humor to the scene to kind of soften things up. Now, you may find these corny, and you may say, I can't even see myself. I could never use those two. Okay, well, you know what? You're the barrier, not me. Okay, come up with your own then. If you're so intelligent, you're such a genius, and you don't like mine, create your own. But you need humor, and you need it in the close. Now, a couple of things you want to be careful about, okay? Humor can be offensive. You do not want to use any humor that could offend. You want to stay away from anything that's off color. You want to probably stay away from politics. You want to stay away from religion. Anything that can offend people, leave it alone, okay? It's not worth the risk. But you should tell a story. Use stories to relieve pressure because that will help you in the close. Again, avoid using humor that makes fun of others. You don't want to make fun of them. You don't want to make fun of coworkers. You don't want to make fun of your competition. 2, use humor that causes the buyer to feel good, to feel positive, okay? I mean, if you're going to make fun of somebody, make fun of yourself, not of others, okay? Okay, so you want to use humor that causes your buyer, your prospect, the person you're going to close to feel good, feel positive, and reminds that person that life is to be enjoyed, not endured. Okay, I mean, this doesn't have to be a painful thing, this close, okay? Any humor that can make people feel good, inspired, hopeful is always appropriate. Here's a fact for you. People are more likely to make decisions when they are less serious than when they become very serious. You understand what I'm saying? People do not make decisions when they're very serious. They tend to think. When people are less serious, okay, things are less important, they're enjoying themselves more, they tend to flow easy. They tend to flow decisions and money more easily. People pay more for entertainment in this country, okay, than they do for an education. All right, Jay Leno makes more money from his show than probably every teacher in Los Angeles County. So people want to be entertained. The reason why is they feel good when they're entertained. The reason why stories sell, they make people feel good, and people then are able to make a decision. Now, again, make sure your humor makes the prospect feel good. Make your close more about a game than a critical decision. I don't mean game in a bad way. I mean make it more fun than critical. Make it more about how they will look good, feel good, enjoy, how they're doing the right thing than about doing some serious thing. You as a closer will close more deals when you're able to get your client to lighten up, to laugh, to have fun, and to be less serious. Look, I've used humor to take the edge off of situations my entire selling career. And the better I get at selling, the more humor I'm able to impinge into the selling environment. Humor combined with the right techniques on how to close makes you unstoppable.